I've been thinking about making this video for a while now because I feel like I'm not the only person who feels the way that I feel. Actually, I know I'm not the only person who feels the way that I feel. I'm 32 years old and I don't feel like I'm where I should be in life by now. I have a lot of regrets, a lot of things that I wish I did, and a lot of things that I wish I didn't do. And I feel like I'm paying for that now in my 30s. Decisions that did not set me up for success. I went to college like everybody else. I did. I had really, really good grades. In high school, I was always an AB honor roll student. I played sports. By all means, I should have been on a really good track going into college and then building my life after college. But somewhere in the midst of things, I felt like I got really lost and things fell apart. And I'm still lost, to be honest with you. And that's not good. I don't feel like I should be as lost as I am now. One of the things I really regret is choosing the major that I did in college. I did not know what I wanted to go to college for, but I knew I had to go to college because that's what my parents told me. I wasn't against it. It was a thing that I had to do. I didn't know what I wanted to go to college for. I was an all-star cheerleader in high school, and I fractured my ankle one year, my senior year or my junior year or something. I fractured my ankle. I was in a cast. I had to go to physical therapy when I got out. And I thought physical therapy was really cool because they didn't have to wear suits and they didn't have to sit in the office and they just got to exercise and work out with people all day. I thought that was really cool because I didn't want to sit in the office or wear business professional clothes. I hated that. So I decided that I was going to go to school for physical therapy. That's a very niche degree. The degree that I ended up going with at North Carolina A&T State University, I chose sports science and fitness management. Again, a very niche degree. If you don't go into sports or you don't go into physical therapy, there's nothing you can really do with that degree. When I went into college, I thought that I was going to be a physical therapist. I thought that I was going to go on to get my doctorate in physical therapy, and I was going to open up my own physical therapy practice. That was my plan. That's not what happened. I applied to physical therapy schools, had good grades, had letters of recommendation, had internship, had all the things. Didn't get into any of the schools. That kind of rocked my boat a little bit. I ended up leaving, studying abroad for a while. That's a whole nother story. By the time I got back, I applied to physical therapy assistant schools. Again, didn't get into any of them. By that point, I was over it. I said, obviously this isn't for me. But to be honest with you, I didn't want to do it anyway because I don't like touching people. I didn't like physical therapy. I was just going through with it because that's what I got my degree in. I wish somebody had told me to pick a more versatile degree. I wish that I would have had the wherewithal to choose something else that wasn't gonna corner me in. I wish that I chose accounting or engineering or economics or, I don't know, technology, like something that could have really set me up so that if I didn't want to do that one specific job, I could have did something else. Neither here nor there. I graduated college almost 10 years ago, so that's all said and done at this point. It's just something I wish that I would have done. I wish I would have picked a degree that wasn't so niche so that I had more options for jobs when I got out of college, just in case that specific thing, which was physical therapy, was not the thing that I ended up doing, because it's not, and it's not something that I want to do. So my bachelor's degree is null and void, irrelevant. I wish that I would have just went ahead and got my master's degree. I wish that I would have just stayed in school then and got it done. Now I'm getting ready to move into the process of trying to figure out what I want to pursue in my master's degree and enroll and get the degree that I should have just gotten when I got out of school. And I hear a lot of people say that. I didn't think that I would wait this long to go back to school. I thought that I would take like 2 or 3 years off and then go back and get my master's after I decided that I wasn't doing physical therapy and getting that doctorate. I said, I'll take 2 or 3 years, I'll go back to school. It's been 9 years now. My brain is far from focused in the way that you need to be for that level of academics. And it's gonna be hard for me to tap back in. That's something that I regret and wish that I would have just done years ago. I spent a lot of time in my 20s being sad and confused and simply not understanding what was going on with me. I started therapy at 24, 25. I've been in therapy ever since. That lady is a godsend. I don't think I'd be here without my therapist. The reason I bring that up is because I didn't understand what was going on with me. I didn't understand what was wrong with me. As it turns out, I am adult ADHD, I have anxiety, and I have pretty major depression. It runs in my family, so not shocking. But it just didn't really show up with me until after college. Through a couple years of therapy, we realized that I was adult ADHD, had bad anxiety, and pretty majorly depressed. Like I have pretty major depression. Looking back at myself all the way through like my teenage years, there were signs. Like I had some ways, and I remember not understanding why I felt like I didn't operate like everybody else. And being in my 20s, being undiagnosed and unmedicated, I made a lot of decisions that probably weren't the best decisions. I don't know if being medicated and knowing what was wrong with me, well, no. Knowing what was wrong with me definitely would have helped. It definitely would have taken away a lot of the confusion that I felt and a lot of the misunderstanding about myself and trying to make decisions that I thought were good for me, but they really weren't because I didn't understand myself. Another reason why I feel like I'm not where I should be in life by now is because I feel like I should be helping my parents by now. Now in my 30s, I should be able to cover a bill or two for them, and my parents don't need me to. My parents have done really, really well for themselves. I'm proud of them, and I'm grateful for them. I just feel like I should be able to help them now. Like I should be able to pay a bill or two, or I should be able to treat them to a dinner, a vacation. I should be able to buy them a nice gift for their birthday, Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't. I don't make a lot of money. I'm definitely not balling. I'm not at a point where I can help my parents. And they don't ask me for help. To be honest with you, I don't think they ever would. They don't need my help. But it would be nice to be able to repay them to some extent for the life they've been able to provide for me and my sister, which has been nothing short of amazing. Eats away at me that sometimes I feel like a disappointment. And my parents have never said that. They've never said they were disappointed in me or anything like that. They've never even expressed that, but I can't help but feel like that. cry in this video? Jesus. Let me explain myself. My parents are still significantly helping me financially. This big fancy apartment that I live in, my nice 2019, whatever year it is, car that I drive, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to my parents. They help me more willingly and without complaint than a lot of people's parents can or would. I just hope one day I can repay them. The finances part is what really gets to me at this point. I want to circle back to college for a minute. I spent my time in college partying and drinking every weekend. I got good grades. I was in the library and in class Sunday night through Friday morning. But Friday night through Sunday afternoon, I was drunk and at somebody's party, somebody's bar, somebody's club. Like, for 4 years, bro. Okay? I had a great time in college. And I made good grades. I never had below a 3.3 GPA. Like, I did my work, but I had my fun too. I wish that I would have cut back on some of that fun and set myself up for success. I talked about the major. Another thing that I regret is not making connections. I was on a flag football team, and I was in a mentorship program with the honors program, but it wasn't enough. I should have joined the school council. I should have maybe joined a sorority. I should have did some more internships. People tell you to go to college and get good grades. They don't tell you that you need to make connections and build a network. And I see my lack of doing that in college, how that has affected me now, and not having a big circle, not having a huge network, not having a lot of connections, versus the people that I saw in college who did do that and where they are in life now. I know you say it's never too little too late to do those things. You can make connections now. You can, go out and meet people now. Yes, you can. But where would I be now had I already did that? Where could I have been now in my life? What job could I have had? What type of money could I be making? What type of relationships could I have? What type of life could I be living by now? Had I done what I was gonna say supposed to do, what I should have done. Because this video is about me not being where I think I should be in life by now. So I'm talking about things that I should have done to set myself up for more success throughout my 20s and now into my 30s. Moving on from college, mid to late 20s. So we're finally diagnosed, still unmedicated though. Not making good decisions, dealing with men that I shouldn't be dealing with, getting into situations that I shouldn't be in, taking out credit cards, running them up. So when I got out of school, I had no debt. Not an ounce of debt to my name. Why would I then take it upon myself to take out credit cards that I thought I would just use the credit card, pay it down, build up my credit? I didn't do that. I ran them credit cards up, ran them up all the way, maxed them out. Accumulated a lot of consumer debt that I didn't have to have. Debt that I'm still paying off. Damn near had to go to court for. Because let's talk about when I lost my job during COVID, got furloughed, couldn't make those payments anymore, went to collections. Yeah, Still paying off all of that shit. Let's talk about the credit card that I took out to try to impress my mentor in the multi-level marketing scheme that I joined. Yeah, I joined the MLM, did that too, wasted about 2 years there, buying a bunch of shit that I didn't need to buy, trying to be a part of this group, build this pyramid ass business. I was just looking for connection and guidance and vision anywhere I could. And it was always the wrong place. It was always the wrong place. Nobody around me told me it was an MLM though. That's the thing about it. None of my friends, none of my family, like everybody was just like, oh, okay. Bought a few things here and there, supported me. I'm grateful that they supported me. But why didn't anybody tell me like, girl, this is a pyramid scheme? Nobody said that directly to me. Maybe they did and I wasn't hearing it. I was wrapped up in them, bro. Just young and dumb and impulsive. I should be better off financially than I am right now. I shouldn't have stupid debt that I didn't need to have because I made impulsive decisions running up credit cards that I didn't need to have in the first place. I don't want this video to run on forever, so I'm gonna try to stay focused. When I turned 30, it felt like a big weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. I felt like all the bad things that I had done in my 20s, all the bad decisions I had made were rocks in the mud at that point. I felt like I could put them in a casket and bury them because I'm no longer in that decade. I'm no longer that girl. I have a lot more wisdom now, and I could put it all behind me. That's what it felt like for the first couple months. I realized when I turned 30 that I had never made a plan for my 30s. This sounds really silly, but when I was younger, I never imagined anything past like 25, 26. Like in my head, when I was like 18, 19, I'm gonna be married by like 24, have a big popping career by 25, have my kids in my house by 27. And that was my whole big life that I saw. I planned out everything for my entire life in my 20s. I never had a vision for my 30s. I've never even thought about, I had never even thought about my 30s. That may sound silly, but I just hadn't. It's like I don't want to say that I didn't think that I would live into my 30s. It's not that. I just didn't imagine anything past like 27. To me, that was like peak adult. I know everything. I've done everything, right? Little did I know you know nothing. You know nothing. I never had a vision for my 30s. So the decisions that I was making in my 20s, they weren't plans. They had no alignment. There was no vision. I didn't have a vision for my 30s. I never imagined being this age. I never imagined the Katil that I would be at this age. I never imagined what life would look like for me at this age. I never imagined who I would be, what I would be doing, what I would like, what I would want to do, how I would want to live my life. I never imagined any of that. So I was making sporadic decisions throughout my 20s without any vision, without any plan, without knowing where anything was fucking going or leading to. All of these things mix in together. Nothing is on its own. The ADHD, the anxiety, the depression, all of that plays a part in all of the shit that happened throughout my 20s. So while I struggle a lot with feeling like I'm not where I should be in my life by now, and I have a lot of regrets. My therapist likes to say you gotta give yourself grace and you gotta have perspective. I'm working really hard to forgive myself for not knowing what was going on with me. And I'm working hard at giving myself grace for just not knowing what I didn't know. Now it feels like I'm stuck in like this loophole of nothingness. It feels like I'm going round and round. Every time I think I take a step forward, I'm really just in the same damn place. I have issues with trusting myself now. I don't trust myself to make good decisions. I don't always trust myself to know what's best for me, because at this point in my life, I don't feel like I've proven to myself that I make good decisions. I didn't want to make this video just to sit here and complain. Not everything in my life is terrible. There's a lot of good things, and I have done a lot of good things. I don't think that I'm a complete failure. I don't think that all hope is lost for me. I don't think that all things in my life are bad. I have an okay job. Worked really, really hard through interviews. Worked my ass off in training. And I'm pushing through. I have great friends. I have amazing parents. I have an amazing little sister that I do anything for. Not everything in my life is bad, so I'm not getting on here just to complain and woe is me. That's not where this video is coming from. I'm just being honest. I feel like at 32, I should have done more by now. I should have accomplished more by now. I feel like I should be more by now. And I don't think that I'm the only person who feels like this. I know this video was a little chaotic. It really does sound like I'm just complaining. And maybe I am. Maybe I am just complaining. Maybe this video was really annoying. But I just had to get some things off my chest.